Right, I want to get something straight. I want to finally put this to rest. There's so much misinformation online in regards to zoning out. Oh, you shouldn't zone out. It's unhealthy. It results to disorientation. It's also showing lack of interest. Wrong. An example of this would be me personally zoning out within social gatherings if I'm training. Now, if I happen to be training and a load of grown-ass people are acting like immature little children, hovering around me for continuous attention, I automatically zone out. I don't even pay these type of people the time of day. Does that mean I'm disorientated? Does it mean that I'm not interested? Yeah, I'm not interested pretty much. So the point I'm trying to make is zoning out isn't a bad thing. Now, if you were within a gathering of, let's say, 50 people, and said people were extremely mature for their age, they weren't showing off and they weren't trying to put on fake fronts or acts, to try and be someone they're not. They were just genuinely authentic within their heart and their mind. That would result in myself zoning back in. All zoning out is, technically speaking, is not acknowledging what's going on around you. If it's childish shit that you're not interested in, zone out. And I would recommend anyone do the same. If it's something that grabs your attention, and all for the right reasons, zone in. Because zoning in, you're showing, said people that you're interested in what they have to say. That you're interested in what they have to bring to the table. Assuming, of course, they have something of value to bring to the table. So, this stigma on information has to stop. There's so much misinformation on all social media platform outlets, as well as people on a whole. This is why I take what people say with a pinch of salt nowadays. Because they're not consciously woke. They're just a bunch of zombies, mate. A bunch of Decepticons, as I'd like to call them, morons. There you go, it's a polite way of wording it. So, to any of you that zone out, is it a bad thing? No. Is there a cure? No. Just know the difference when to zone out and zone back in, If you're within, like I said, atmospheric presences where people are just acting like a bunch of goofballs, then my advice would be to zone out. Because one, you're showing these said people that you're not interested, and two, you're also focused on your own goals, your own dreams and aspirations. Now, these said people are going to think that, you're cold. That you're this, you're that, you're the other. Fuck them. Quite literally, They know jack shit. That'd be true. Like I said, you would know instantly if you were within an atmospheric presence of a load of people and you automatically zoned in rather than out. When you zone in within situations like these, it means that somehow these said people have actually gained your attention, and all for the right reasons. It could well be that they're carrying something that you're carrying also. It could also mean that, you know, they have many interests like yourself also. And the fact that, you know, there's a lot of compatibility there, that would automatically make someone that usually drifts out or zones out a lot of the time zone back in. Therefore, you're showing interest on what gains your attention, and you're zoning out on what doesn't gain your attention. You know, there's too much, polite way of wording it, buffoonery going on in today's society. You know, people laugh and joke about it now, but deep down, never, and I mean never, cross a lion that so happens to be trying to get his life in order. Never cross a lion that zones out in order to focus on his training. Because if you do, and when you do, it's lunchtime. It's off with your heads, and we're going to feast on you like a raw steak fillet. How about that? It's true. So, you know, like I said, people, don't lean upon your own understanding. Use your conscience. Use common sense, knowledge, wisdom and logic. But better yet, use spiritual discernment in order to discern even, you know, what information is correct out there and what information is just complete and utter horseshit. Because nowadays, people have no clue what they're talking about. Which is why I even take what I see online with a pinch of salt a lot of the time. Because it's just complete and utter shit. It's horseshit. I mean, I'm left scratching my head like, who the friggin' hell put this article together? I mean, it's clearly put together by a 2-year-old, right? You know, it's absolutely shocking. It's shocking and frustrating. And the good thing about zoning out, like I said, is you're showing disinterest in what doesn't get your attention, and when you zone in, you so happen to be showing interest in what does get your attention. And that's good. That's a good thing. And so many people, you know, consider zoning out a sign of disrespect or a sign of disgrace even. No, it's not. I mean, tell me, people, if you were surrounded, like I said, by a bunch of adults acting like a load of goofballs, are you just going to zone in and show them that you're interested in that type of nonsense, or are you going to zone out and focus on your own life and, you know, what's currently needing to be done within, you know, that time frame that you are in when trying to accomplish said goal? If you answered the first, then you are an absolute dumbass. And you've got a lot of growing up to be doing. If you answered the second, then congratulations, bravo, well done. It means that, you know, you're maturing. And you're slowly aging like a fine wine. Because, like I said, you know, it's always good to zone out on what doesn't get your attention and zone in on what gets your attention. Let's say, I don't know, you walk down the street and a feminine woman so happens to either drive past you or walk past you even, and you sense it. And you could also sense that, you both share a lot in common. You're going to automatically zone in and show her interest. You're not going to zone out. You're going to zone in. Know how to zone out and when to zone in, people. And no, it's not a crime. No, it's not considered aloof or, egotistical, prideful, or even narcissistic for that matter, to zone out on what really and truly does not get your attention. So, screw everybody else's voice and opinion. Oh yeah, you can't be doing that. Yeah, well, I just did. And what? What you gonna do now? Cry yourself to sleep? Please. Get out of here. Kindergarten. Go run along to mummy and daddy with your tail tucked between your legs. And you keep on crying like the little pussies that you are, and leave this hardcore alone, this hardcore line, because he means bigger and better business. And the reason why I say zoning out and zoning in is not a bad thing is due to the fact that we are spiritual beings. We have a soul within this physical vessel. We're not living by this physical vessel, rather we're living by the soul and what we carry within our hearts and our minds. And we also have the power, like I said, to zone out on what really and truly doesn't interest us and zone in on what really does interest us. It's a wrap.